Rain. Once again, I'm founder of Forex 100. Great to see you this week. Alright, so today on the weekly, or rather the midweek market analysis, let's have a look. Our usual session, what we'll do is we'll walk through from Euro dollar all the way to Pound Australia, and we will move from daily, 4 hour and 1 hour chart. So we'll do it twice. The first time is without any drawing and indicators. The second time is with drawings and indicators. Alright, so should you have any questions, feel free to punch them in at the chat box. That's a great reminder. Alright, so punch them in the chat box so that I can address them when you have questions later on in the midst of it. I will have a look to see if we can engage any trade. Alright, right now there is a setup on this New Zealand yen. That's what the alarm is about. And of course, if you love this software that help you to identify trading signal, trading setup, do let me know so I can lead you. I can show you how you can actually access to it. Alright, so that's great. Alright, so if you're around, just say hi so I can greet you properly as well. Alright, so last week and the week before, the market has been very active. In fact, it is very volatile. So I receive questions like, how should I trade? Of course, it will be better if you engage a trade after the candle has confirmed. At the same time, you might just want to look at the daily and the 4 hour chart instead of the lower time frame, because the movement is so big and so huge, right? So by moving to the daily and 4 hour, you can even have more buffer in trading, and you can yield for greater profits in terms of pips movement. So one of the consideration if you are new in the daily and 4 hour time frame is whether you want to cut back on some of the trading volume. Meaning you say that instead of trading one lot, would you want to trade 0.6 or 0.5 instead, because the movement is so big, right? Alright, so I start to see some trends, and I am very happy, and I wish to really share with you some of the observation I have on Pound Australia. You can think about it, and of course this is a live community. You can we can have a follow through chat on that. You can even leave the live message if you happen to see this video on TradingView. Drop me a note, and if I receive a notification, I will respond to that. Alright, if not, you can find me on almost all social media, Rain Lim or either Forex 100 Academy. Alright, so let's get going. Today Euro dollar, what we can see is that over here is a bearish movement. Then the market have a shot up all the way to the top, but it doesn't give you those kind of retracement and break and close above the high. Alright, so this spike move and it spiked down. So overall, it is still a bearish movement. I registered it as a weaker weaker bear because of this break and close above the high. So that's one way. And of course, there are multiple ways of deciding a trend. I leave that to you. Down to the 4 hour chart. On the 4 hour chart, what we have over here, break and close above, market came down. Break and close below, not really, because of this trend line over here. Alright, this trend line over here that doesn't give a of such movement. It became like a wall, it became like a support, additional extended support level of this level over here. So it did not break until this movement over here. So it does look a bit like the head and shoulder formation for traders who short it, and if this is your trading setup, I applaud you. Of curiosity, yep, there's an arrow. You can actually do that if that is within your rules. Down to the 1 hour chart. On the 1 hour chart, you can see just a downward movement. Seems like it's moving towards a stop. Let's see if this can be a double bottom. So for double bottom, I will usually zoom out to see if there's a support level. There is a support level. So what is needed for a confirmation is that I need to see a small candle. We call it magic candle. Of course, there are other description and requirement for that, followed by a break and close above the high, that will give me on the next candle, of course, that will give me the sign to engage the trade to long it. All right, so patience is the key within this period, especially this period. So just take note of that. Back to daily chart, let me share with you my analysis. My analysis over here, watching very closely, even if the candle closed it at this price, the current price, it did not break and close below the low because of this extended tail line over here. This tail became an additional support to it unless it break and close below 1.0955. Double check your live data. Live data, sometimes we have a bit of difference. The brokers I'm trading is not hosting on TradingView, so I can't use their live data over here. This is the closest I can get. Alright, down to the 4 hours chart. On the 4 hours chart, what we can see is that upward movement, alright, came down, a break and close below the low. Alright, so there is a low price over here. It did not break and close below the low. Alright, to the 1 hour. On the 1 hour chart, there was a failure back pattern. So with a failure back pattern, you will know there is a what? Crab pattern coming up. Alright, so I'm waiting very closely at 1.0854 for a buying opportunity. Alright, so if you're aggressive into the trade, definitely you can engage. But if I show you something over here, it may really change your view. Let's say an equal distance move over here. Assuming this was the previous high, we do a copy and paste. You went over short. It's normal for crab pattern. Alright, so within this zone, the completion point and the hop level, which is harmonic optimal price, it is a potential execution area for pattern, especially like crab. So as in the crab pattern. Alright, so this is the area that I can look for additional buyers in terms of looking for a buying opportunity at a much lower price, so I can have a lesser stops. So if you love analysis like this, even if you are watching a playback, do hit the share button. It will help this community to grow, and we are here to support traders. Alright, so that is my analysis. So other than just going aggressive just on the double bottom trade, I'll wait it out at the crab pattern formation. In fact, if it's possible at 1.0814, then I'll engage the trade. And one of the requirements is this HSI arrow. This arrow over here has to show up at the price completion. If it doesn't, then I'll have to wait for a lower level for it to happen with this amplified RSI over here. Okay, no doubt right now we have a RSI divergence. I leave the call to you. If there is a harmonic pattern, I'll head in for a harmonic pattern trade rather than just trade it the basic chart pattern formation and stuff like that. All good? Great. So you might be wondering why I hide the arrows. Because by having the arrows before the pre-analysis, or rather pre-market analysis, it may sway your biasness to it. Alright, so if you see a down arrow, you might be focusing on shorting and you forget the entire process of looking through the chart from top-down analysis. Very important. Alright, so to the pound dollar. Pound dollar on the daily chart, you can see straight dive down. It's like a cliff jump. Alright, so in fact right now 1.2 it is on the previous support level. I would expect some form of consolidation to happen at this area, and you still need a consolidation, or rather a confirmation of a break and close above the high. And to some traders, you might want a retest before you engage a trade. That's one. That is pretty important. Alright, or you can wait for a double bottom, break of the double bottom, the neckline, a retracement before you engage the trade. Alright, so it's quite a substantial profit if you are looking for counter trend trade. It's a 700 pips move. Alright, so this is something that is worth waiting for. To the 4 hour chart. On the 4 hour chart, straight dive downwards, bearish movement as well. Back to daily chart, let me see if we do have any analysis over here. We have a bad pattern. Bad pattern is still at the hop level. This is the hop level of the bad pattern, which means if right now there is a arrow that look like this pointing upwards appear, that will give me the sign to look at which arrow I can engage the trade. I give an example. So let's say there is a bullish candle over here, arrow happen. So what I do, I can wait for a check back in recent candle. Market came close to this level. Usually a touch of the opening price, the candle body will be great. Alright, for me to enter the trade to long. Got it? Here will be too far off, meaning to say that it's too much candle. 30 candles is a good gauge. This is definitely more than 30 candles. Alright, so just by using the band in combination with the arrow, sometimes if you even have a good reward is to risk, you trade at the high of the arrow, not somewhere like in the middle of it. It can yield you quite good profit. Alright, so what I need over here, you see this arrow, I want it to happen soon. Alright, so that I can wait for a retest, then engage the trade. So on the daily chart, it's a lot of waiting. If you are busy, which most people are not so busy nowadays because of the COVID-19, you can really wait it out before you engage the trade. It does give a fantastic reward is to risk for this. Alright, so I'm waiting it. 24-hour chart, 4-hour chart, very bearish movement. What you can wait for is double bottom on the 4-hour as well. -1 time frame is fine. To the 1 hour chart, bearish movement over here. Okay, so yes, no doubt you can wait for a break and close above 12156 in this example, a retracement, then you engage a trade, no problem on that. Alright, so that's pound dollar. All good. To my curious, is it Ziyan that is online right now? Just hit yes if you are online. Yep, Ziyan is one of our follower for quite some time, and just now she did actually message me on Facebook to ask how to access this. So because on TradingView I can't see who is online, so that's one of the challenge that I have. Apart from that, it is great. You can reach out to the right crowd or traders, so that's one thing I love about that. Alright, so to the dollar yen, very interesting pair. Let me just stretch it a bit. Okay, good. Alright, let's get going. Alright, so dollar yen on the bearish movement. Market retest back to the resistance and start to have a bit of let's see how this candle close. Alright, moving towards the upside. Let's see how it form at this area. Potential selling opportunity, because once market hit resistance, there's only two things that can happen: break and close above and went straight up, or heading down. So this is the level that we will see. Many traders will start to see if there's a break and close above the recent high at 10848. If it doesn't, most likely traders will hit in for a shorting opportunity. Down to the 4-hour chart. On the 4-hour chart, you can see this M and W formation. Over here is a W formation. So I've shorted it. Already have earned, let me see, couple of hundreds of pips on this trade. 253 pips. Alright, so there was a trade. Let me just share it in TradingView. It's a 2.1:1 reward is to risk. 253 pips of profits took within 2 days. Yeah, within 2 days to 3 days. So that's the kind of movement we have nowadays. So that was the past trades. Alright, so on dollar yen. Okay, so if you don't want to miss any more of such trade ideas, you can just join us Trade Ideas package. I'm doing some simple revamp work. My web people seems like very busy. I might have to handle it myself for now. Alright. So 4-hour chart, retest of the resistance area, watching very closely at this price, and see how it goes. To the 1-hour chart. So 1-hour chart have this upward movement, then consolidation and stuff like that. You can draw trend lines already. Alright, later we shall do that. Okay, and observe at the trend line break. That usually give you a clue of what is going to happen. Yes, sometimes we'll have a fake signal, but the second signal will cover you back. So one thing I learned over the years is that you get stunk out on the trade, think again and react again. And of course, having the right knowledge before you react. So a lot of times what people does is they got stunk out of the trade. That means they hit their stop loss, they stop it. That means they stop trading that, they go to another pair. Guess what happened? Stunk out again. So at least when you have stunk out the first time, you know what we will be looking at. It could be, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that if you're looking for shorting opportunity, then after that it went up, you should buy. It doesn't necessarily means that every time. Sometimes it gives you another higher price, or sometimes the most painful part is at your stop out price, you need to enter again because the signal appear. When I say signal, is your trading strategies. Alright, so that is the very important part. I learned this the hard way through the harmonic shock pattern. For traders who know, it can stretch all the way up to 3 different entry price, 3 different stop loss, and 3 different targets. Alright, so that's the interesting part. Alright, so back to the daily chart. Let me share with you my analysis. My analysis over here, this is an important line, 10832, previous support, turn resistance. I have to see how the market reacts over here. Down to the 4-hour chart. On the 4-hour chart, we have a bearish Gartley pattern. In fact, a deep Gartley, the yellow one. I color code my harmonic pattern. To many harmonic pattern traders, they don't recognize this as a Gartley pattern. But according to my testing, it is perfect. Guess why I can earn my 200 over pips of movement over here. Alright, so right now market went into a consolidation. I am looking for a shorting opportunity for sure. But if I want a clearer signal, or rather a clearer movement, what I should be waiting for is a break and close below the trend line. Therefore, I have already set an alert on this trend line. Hi Calvin. So break and close below the trend line, then a retracement before I engage for a shorting trade. So watch out very closely on here. A series of lower high give me these ascending trend lines. We can form a ascending triangle. So take note of this, very critical right now on dollar yen. Down to the 1-hour chart. Alright, so on the 1-hour chart, what I am waiting for is exactly like the 4-hour. I'm waiting for a break and close below the low price, a retracement, magic candle, and I'll hit in for aggressive short. So that's one thing I'm waiting for. And there's another thing that we see. Have you spotted? So you see, sometimes when you have plotted the chart, it pretty much put you on a very biased situation. But have you seen the magic about this? Is one thing I love about TradingView. I can hide my drawing, I can hide my hard work. There's no need for me to clear everything and do it all over again. Have you spotted any other clues? If you have not, let me just share with you. Have you seen a lower high over here? So I can just click. Of course, once I click, everything will pop up and drag and let the two ends meet. Make sense? Because the market will not move until here and go flat and just die. It will not happen. Alright, so it will have to somehow break and close above the high of the trend line, or break and close below the low. Obviously, I prefer the low. Why? It's not because of this bullish bet. It's more towards if it break above and close above the high, I will need to wait for it to close another level before I can head in for a very affirm buying opportunity. Make sense? Here is the previous resistance. Alright, however, if it break and close below the low, the next level is 105. I have space in between enough for me to engage a trade right away, or in fact after it retraces. Alright, so what I'm going to do is to add an alert, and I can choose as per bar close. So I will not get the alert, then it was not closed, then I have to wait for it to close and all those unpleasant thing. I can write my secret code H1 TL break resistance. To me, it's important to keep it short so that I can, once I get alerts from my smartwatch, I can just look at it and I will know what's going on without clicking into it, because the first few lines or first few alphabets that take up are like dollar yen 1 hour chart. It's not helpful. Alright, all good? Great. Give me a thumbs up if all is good. There's an icon, smiley face, smileys over here. You can just do a agree. So we try to do some interaction because we are running live. I can see your face and stuff like that. It'll be good in terms of the interaction and stuff like that. Alright, so you find that if this is helpful to you, share this link, share this streaming link that you can find on top. Let me just help you. Share this on your Facebook, your social media. Give us gain so all can benefit from it. All good? Great. Wonderful. Alright, so to the next pair, Euro Yen. Euro Yen on the daily chart is also very tricky situation. Look closely. Let me just zoom in for you. Overall movement right now is bearish. Bearish movement. Market did not break and close above the high. Then it went into like an inside bar over here. Can you see that? Amazing, isn't it? You know, I really love sideways consolidation to the point that at my early part of trading, I pretty much waiting for this and I plan in for my breakout trading, and I just earn the trading profits. Accuracy rate is quite high. The only thing that I face is that the targeting of taking profits wasn't very structured until the later part of my trading career. Alright, so on the 4 hour chart, once again you can see this consolidation on the daily chart. This is the part that I'm waiting for. Like what I've shared on dollar yen, it will definitely break. It's like 100%. That's the only 100% in trading you can get. You don't even get 100% in terms of losing nor winning, but breaking off out of a consolidation is 100%. Alright, down to the 1 hour chart. Can you see this beautiful thing over here? I love this. I even call it a sideways consolidation. I even give it code 3B. Alright, so back to daily chart. Let me share with you my analysis and my added analysis very soon. There is a sharp pattern over here. So breaking up to the upside is definitely better than the downside, because downside then we will have a couple of support, strong support over here that can become a restraint for it to move deeper. Alright, however, if breaking up to the upside, we have more supporters, because to the weekly chart we have a bullish bet. This is one of my golden trades I've been waiting. I'm still waiting for a perfect entry for this. Alright, to the 4 hour chart. Amazing. So if you break towards the downside, the next level I'm looking at to buy is at 115.25. 115.25. Alright, on this bullish butterfly pattern. And of course, the magic of this entire analysis is this consolidation that happened over here. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to draw it out, and the key of drawing a trend line is not to be biased and hit it as many points as possible. Avoid just by aiming the last one, that means the most recent candle. Alright, so let me just don't do any changes at first, if not later you guys will laugh at me. I have to do double job. Alright, so just hide it first, link it. Alright, so I need it to appear on both 4-hour and 1-hour chart. Make sure it happened. Over here, I love to change it to blue, because blue signal a support and red a resistance for me. So these are some simple code that I use. Alright, and one thing I'll need is a right click, set alert, EJ, H4, PL, support, break. Alright, so it's important to choose a per bar close. Yep. You see, if you never choose per bar close, it will just keep on popping up. So you have to edit it. Alright, so at least you get annoyed every 4 hours. The one thing that it can be better if you see a break and close below, that would be great. If not, yeah. Okay, to the 1-hour chart. This is the one. This is the one. Alright, so wait for it to happen. Yeah. Alright, so that's Euro Yen. Great. To the next pair, Pound Yen. Daily chart, bearish movement as well. To the 4-hour. 4-hour chart, bearish movement. 1-hour chart, bearish movement as well. Alright. So, just before you thought that all pairs are going down, that's not the case, okay? Let me share with you my analysis over here. Bearish bat and bearish crab pattern that causes this extended consolidation and market just dip lower. To the 4-hour chart, nothing much. And the 1-hour, a consolidation happened on the 1-hour dip crab. Where's my crab? Okay, so let me just see if the, yep, this is the dip crab pattern. So sometimes if you are afraid that the pattern you have forgotten, you can trace it out, and of course that is if the system identify for you instead that you spotted it. Alright, so is this pattern still valid? My quick answer to you is yes, it is still valid. You just need a bit of confirmation before you engage the trade. So what kind of confirmation are you looking for? Arrow. Alright, so the arrow has really appeared. What I'm waiting for is just, because at this price it gives you a perfect reward is the risk ratio, I can just add an alert over here. Okay, Pound Yen 1-hour chart and Pound Yen dip crab, HSI, check back, H1. Alright, so do be consistent on your secret coding. Alright, 1-hour chart. Okay, so I'm waiting for it to hit. So what's going to happen, I'm going to my MT4. Not, of course, I should be placing a pending order, but of course right now I'm running live. I will not do that. I will wait for that to happen. Okay, I'll wait for the alert to happen and engage the trade if I am doing in the midst of doing the live session. But if not, I will place a pending order later. All good? It's a very good reward is the risk. Yeah. Great. More people online. Yep. So do share this link if you find that this is helpful, so that more traders can benefit from it. We are halfway through. 3, 4, 5, 6. Just nice. Halfway through. New Zealand yen. One of the key I'm looking at, and we do have a setup right now. All right. So faster share this link out so all can benefit, and maybe we can just push the market. Just kidding. Alright, so New Zealand yen, a very bearish movement. Even this tail became an additional support level for traders. Alright, so it became very tricky for traders to look for a buy, because do I use the low here as a stop loss or this price? Alright, the official answer I'm going to give you is here, but what you do as a trader, you decide yourself when or what are the stop loss you're going to use, and don't blame yourself after that. All right, so the 4 hour chart is what we have. Bearish movement, market retest on the support. You need some form of confirmation before engage the trade. All right, so this is what we have on the 1 hour chart. It looks like it looks like if the candle closes this way, it looks like the trend is not done yet with the bearish movement. You can see the color has changed to extreme bearish warning sign. So you have to wait for it to turn back to blue. That's one of the way as well. Back to daily chart, let me share with you my analysis. Alright, I have this amazing bet over here. It has passed the hop level. Let's see if the arrow has appeared. It has not. So this trade, it might be scrapped. Hard to say. Let's see how it goes. Down to the 4 hour chart. 4 hour chart, we have a bullish bet pattern looking at a much lower price, at about 61.99, or rather 62 flat. So it's about 100 over pips later. So what I just need is a first target pullback. So a lot of times traders might have questions like, hey Rain, it's so bearish, you still buy, are you sure? Well, you just need the first target to be hit, then I can just place my stops to entry and just wait it out. Alright, makes sense? To the 1 hour chart, this is what I have. Let's see if the system have captured anything. New Zealand yen. Alright, so New Zealand yen over here, this movement, the recent movement over here, the system on my end has captured something like a crab pattern forming up. Let me see the completion price. 61.71. Have you spotted it? Let's try. This is the movement. It was a godly. Then the market decided to slide further. So it become a crab. Makes sense? So one thing I love about this crab pattern is that it forms very near to the bullish bet. And this gray thing over here is the shark, which has yield quite good profits for traders who have engaged it. It's done, just delete it, keep it cleaned. So I can just hide it from 4 hours because it's redundant. Range, I have to keep it open because I think that to me is a glitch on TradingView. If I didn't check that, then I will have problem in drawing at the range bar chart. So this is the setup. Okay, so definitely in this case, I will not just looking for buying opportunity over here. I'll wait for the turning point and a much lower price. Okay, to the next pair. See, automated drawing system. How good is that? Alright, so if you're interested, you can definitely click the link that give you the trade ideas package. I've put it on the chat, and you will not just receive the software, you also receive my personal level of my entry stops and targets. I just can't tell you how many hundreds and thousands of pips of profits we have captured this month. So really just head on to it, and give it a try for a month. If you love it, stay. And of course, if you love it so much, sign for a year. I will include my online education for you. It's a pre-order right now, so that's amazing. All right, so to the next pair. New Zealand dollar, very bearish movement. 4-hour chart, bearish as well. It even break and close below the low price. So if you ask me if this level is important, look left. It respected it, the market respected it, went a bit of consolidation at this area before it break and close below and extend downwards. Alright, so this kind of long wick, you cannot just dismiss it. Yeah, so to the 1-hour chart, very bearish movement, no sign of reversal yet. Alright, so back to the daily, let us go through and see if there's any setup over here. Daily chart, nothing. 24-hour, nothing. And to the 1-hour chart, there was a bullish back pattern. Market extended further down. It went beyond the hop level. So is the next level you can wait for is pretty much the crab pattern, all right, at a much lower price. Somewhere over here. Okay, so this is very extended. There are some of the rules that have violated this setup and pose it to be invalid, but there's no harm of watching it and see if there's any confirmation happening over here. You can check. So what I can do, this is what I call a forward testing. I may not even engage the trade, but I just want to see, okay, if it's overstretched, why it doesn't work. All right. Who knows? Maybe it just got in time to qualify this entire setup. All right. So I have to pull up all other rules to double check later. All good. It's quite a quiet crowd. During my Sunday night or Saturday night when I'm doing my recording, the crowd is much more active. Australia dollar, very bearish movement, straight dive again, very sharp angle. So you really have to wait for it to break this kind of sharp angle before you are thinking for any counter trend trading move. Down to the 4-hour chart, very bearish movement, no signs of reversal yet. To the 1 hour, this is what we have. Alright, back to daily chart, let me share with you my analysis. Very bearish indeed. This was the godly. I just observed how accelerated this can be. You can even draw a trend line over here, this way. Okay, and set an alert when it break this trend line. All right, so change it to red. We call it this as an accelerated trend line. Wait for it to break. See, 59 already. My target is 56. 56 I'll be buying. Maybe it's on the monthly chart. Yeah, 53.65. There's still 600 pips movement. So at this level I will buy. Why? Look left, support. Alright. For our chart, this is a straight dive, waiting for it to break this level. 1 hour chart, nothing much. Basically just waiting for trend line breaks or wait for it to go deeper for my counter trend trading opportunity. Next pair, Aussie Cat. Aussie Cat, I think there is something. Let me just check, cross check. Yeah, we have something more like a 15-minute setup. Yeah. Alright, so it is live right now. If this is for you, I would rather not to. So if you're interested, we can go over it, go through it. If you're interested to find out, just hit a yes button on the trading view. Then I'll walk through the 15 minutes. Alright, so daily chart, bearish 4-hour chart, bearish movement going into consolidation. You can consider if the market hit to the high to see if there is a shorting opportunity. So what I do is that I will do this Australia catch H4, bear flag, question mark. To the 1 hour, yet nothing much. Back to daily chart, let me share with you my analysis. My analysis over here, the market has a break and close below the low price. Let me just check this buy zone is for the weekly chart. So based off the weekly chart, it has already break and close below the low. Deem this not important anymore, just remove it. Likewise, this is no longer valid, it's too far off already, just remove it. To the 4-hour chart, bearish shark, saw this beautiful thing, hit straight all the way down. It can't even break and close above the high 86.06 over here, so it's not that helpful. Let me just remove these drawings. To the 1 hour, alright, pretty neat, nothing. Okay, to the next pair. Oh, I never go through the 15 minutes because no one say yes. Alright, so daily chart, dollar CAD, very bullish movement. Basically there are few things that happen in dollar CAD right now. First, dollar appreciation, that's one. Second, Canada depreciation. And Canada is the pair that give a strong correlation to oil. So as we all know, there's issues in the Middle East area. You can read it on news that they are driving the oil price down to 20. So this thing is going on, so that's why you see this crazy appreciation. For traders who have buy up and still holding on to it, I salute you for that. Keep that trade until there's a change in either one, or in fact both of the situation. For my trading strategies, I can't engage in this long. I can't join in unless I saw a setup within my strategies. Alright, so for our chart, all these double top setup, a retest of resistance, you can just ignore for now, because you need a break, a clear break and close below, and a retracement. Then I will be even looking for a buying opportunity. To the 1 hour chart, nothing much on this pair as well, unless you are like very aggressive. You see this high price RSI divergence, I'm going to short it, and let's say you short it to the support level over here. Never underestimate move like this. Yeah, it's 81 pips of movement. Don't say that it's so small, it's only 20 pips. Measure it, because this appreciation is crazy. so everything got stretched. Alright, back to daily chart. Let me share with you my analysis. And just now the double top on the daily chart is a possibility as well. Alright, so this was the buy zone. The market didn't come back and fill the gap. Quite a shame. Down to the 4-hour chart, a wedge that didn't work. Alright, market still break towards the upside. So it's always good that when you have a wedge, wait for it to break down. You can engage an aggressive short first, and another trade when it retraces, short it again. I find that is the way that suits my trading style the best. Alright, because sometimes wedge, once it break, it just hit all the way down, you don't miss it. Sometimes it retraces back to the resistance, you don't want to miss that additional 80 or 50 pips movement as well. So you can, let's say if you have 2 targets of trading, you can split your trades. That's one way. To the 1-hour chart, if this is really for you, what I'll be doing is that I will set an alert over here. You see H1 double bottom, wait for retest. So I will have to wait for a break and close below, a retracement. As long as it didn't break and close above the high, heading for a short. To the last 2 pairs, if I don't see any questions, then I'll just call it a day. Just now I do have viewers ask me about S&P 500. Maybe we have a look after the pound Aussie. I don't trade indexes. I have never actively looked at the chart and purchased the stocks in my life yet. Alright, so just pure technical analysis. Okay, so CAD Yen bearish movement, and you have this crazy movement over here. Huge candle down, huge candle up, huge candle down, huge candle up. It cover back, can you see? Cover back the gap, and go down. Alright, so down to the 4-hour chart, bearish movement for sure. 4 hours bearish as well. What you can wait for is some form of harmonic pattern that form up at this level. To the 1-hour chart, here's what we have. Back to daily, let me share with you my analysis. My analysis over here, I'm waiting for a bad pattern, back up to the previous high and looking for a shorting opportunity. If it happen, I'll trade. If it's not going to happen, I won't be doing anything. Alright, so sometimes harmonic pattern traders will ask, hey Rain, gaps, how do we read it? You just read it as a full bearish candle. That means the opening price is here, the bearish price is here. Alright, so you understand what I'm trying to say? Something like this. Another bearish Marubozu candle that look like this to fill it up. So in fact, it is how it is if you really study the price action and stuff like that. The second question usually I have, there is a higher price over here, why do you use this price and not this? The answer is straight up, it's easy, because I spotted this potential setup when the market was here, the B price was here. Alright, there's a warning sign, C price touch previous low, that's the warning sign. So I will have to see some form of confirmation before I look for a bearish trade, because when every time there is a new high happen, you keep on shifting your B, there will be no harmonic pattern you're going to draw. Alright, I'll only shift it if the low price break below the C price over here. I don't even need it to close below, it just break below. Then I will register this as a new B, C over here, as long as it didn't break A. Got it? To the 1 hour chart. So this is important, you see, and this is one thing that TradingView can do. Not every platform that can do it. I can just hide it by time frame. Alright, so it will not mess up my chart. One stroke there, the other stroke here. It can become very messy. Alright, so this entire movement, nothing much for me. So for CAD Yen, I'm just waiting for a bearish bet. To the next pair, last pair for today analysis, and I'll throw in a bonus on S&P 500 just for the fun. Pound Australia, this is one thing I want to share with you. I saw something that's very interesting, uptrend movement, very strong bullish uptrend movement. The spike, it went as high as 2.07, 2.08. Check your data feed because this is on a Monday spike movement, I believe. Alright, so not really. Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday. Yes, last Monday. Alright, down to the 4-hour chart. This is the thing that I spotted. This spike over here. So I even developed something, and just now when I see it, it worked. So I'll watch very, very closely. It's quite tricky to trade this, but if you get a good price, you can have a great reward is to risk. Down to the 1-hour chart. Can you see these spikes over here? Can you see these spikes over here? So right now what I'll be doing, what can I do? I can short the market. Make sense? I will not. Overall movement is so bullish, I'm not going to short it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to draw a trend line later, and I'll just place my alert. Alright, I'll still want to place on both sides to observe for the fun of it. And I can just buy, sell, buy, sell. Hey, guys, don't underestimate this move, man. You see, if I take this move, it is 152 pips. Great. And it happened over a series. Yes, it will break down somewhat, or it will shoot all the way up somewhat, but it is still a valid pattern for now. Alright, so this is my analysis. It has passed the hop level. This I believe is my hop level, but this wick pretty much protected it. So once there is a downward arrow happen from now, then I can start to consider to short it for good. To the 4-hour chart, you saw I start to box it up already. To the 1 hour, this whole thing is very interesting. Alright, so what I'm trying to do is, it started as early as here, alright, and this is a time that I will touch as many points as possible and stretch it. And what I'll do is that on the 1 hour chart, I'll add an alert to do this once per bar close. And once it happens, I will start to ask myself, hey Rain, are you going to short it? Hey Rain, are you going to buy it? Because the stops is quite minimum, and I will have at least a 2-1 ratio if I short here and then if I buy here. So this is what I have spotted just now. Can you see? This candle, I spotted it. And before I wait for a break and close above, it went too much. This is a 50 pips move. Do you know that? So once you see a pattern, ask yourself, is this pattern a repeated pattern or a random pattern? A random pattern means it happens once in a blue moon, and you cannot form any rules to trade it. That's random. So random pattern, ignore it, no point. If there is a repeated pattern, and once you see these kind of spikes, it's very important to check with your live data, because a lot of time, demo account, why is it not mapped to the live? Think of it. Why would brokers go and host servers for people to just click for fun and not paying them a single cent? They earn through your trading commission, correct? But they don't earn a single cent from your demo account. So having this kind of spikes, it is normal on the 1 minute time frame. But when you start to see it on the 4 hour and 1 hour, start to really double check on your live data stream, and if it is a repeated pattern, ask yourself, can you draw something like a trend line, a channel to box it up? If yes, could you develop a trading strategies that give you a 2-1 ratio? If the answer is double yes, then why not? Yes, you might hit a stop, but a 2-1 ratio, which means you just need a 40% accuracy rate. Who knows how long will this thing stretch? If you give you 10 times, you 10 hits of it, you pretty much, you can even potentially have a huge gain. I don't want to put a percentage to it, I want to say the number. but that's not what we advocate over here. So that's one thing. All right, great. Let me just share with you. I did share with you guys that dollar sing is going to hit 1.43. It hit. All right, so S&P 500, I not sure what's the code. Let's try. Yep, SPX. To the daily. Very bearish movement, bearish gap. So just really a bearish movement, bullish engulfing, even much more bearish movement. I need to see a previous support. That's why I have to shift upwards instead of downwards. So support level at 2405. I'll draw a horizontal line over here first, and because it is support level, I'll code it blue. Weekly support. Daily chart, nothing much. 4-hour chart, nothing much. 1-hour chart, nothing much. So what's going to happen? Can wait for a retest on 2401. Just a very basic buying opportunity. That's it. Nope. There's no trading setup for this. At least not within my trading rules. Alright, so that's all I have for you today. I'm Rain. Basically, I use structure trading as well as harmonic pattern for my daily trading. So if you find that this can be of a help to you, next Tuesday we are doing a webinar at 8 p.m. So even if you can't attend it, please share it. We are going live and we are helping people. There are more and more countries right now in a lockdown situation, meaning to say that they are even locked down, or even they are quarantined and stuff like self-quarantine, or they just don't go out. So with my knowledge, there isn't a lot of trade that can let any adults to just go in and trade and rather earn money online just like that. Alright, so in FX we managed to do it as quickly. If we're talking about offline courses, it can get you ready within a day. If online courses wise, because of lots of distraction at the comfort of your home, so it can take you up to a week. Think about it. If 1 week from now, from a person that don't know how to trade, and you're able to trade and execute your own trade and earn some money, isn't that great? Alright, so before your reserve fund is being dried up, why not at this time really look into this? It's just $9.90 US. It won't cost you a lot, and you get to benefit. You will receive my ebook as well, and some videos training as well. Alright guys, that's all I have for you today. Till then, remember always, plan your trade and share your plan, and looking forward to see you soon. See you guys.